another episode of Into the Exoverse. Today, we're doing something a little bit different today. And today, our video is brought to you by Be Amazed. And we're going to be looking at embarrassing, dumb ways people have died. This is brought to you by Be Amazed. Make sure you like and subscribe down below and leave a comment if you liked it or if you didn't like it. We'll see.
Oh my god, here we go again. Like I said in part 12 of this series, there's literally no end to the amount of dumb, stupid, and straight up embarrassing ways that people have managed to remove themselves from the gene pool. So much so that we're now on to part 13 of this series. Well, strap in and get ready as we look at even more idiots who ended themselves in the most embarrassing ways possible.
Ready?
Yep.
Juicy Jenga. Back in April 2022, a thirsty thief in the city of Catalica, Italy, ended up in a situation that was more than he could swallow. On the Easter Monday, he decided to break into a clearly closed grocery store and grab himself a drink. But instead of pulling a bottle from one of the shelves, he chose to grab a bottle from a huge tower of crates that had been stacked up by the staff. And not just any bottle, one from a crate right in the middle. Anyone who's ever played Jenga knows this is a rookie error. And as you probably guessed, the entire stack collapsed, crushing him beneath all that water weight. He wasn't found until the next day when store staff had to go back through the CCTV footage to figure out what caused all this chaos. Well, one thing's for sure, he did a great job of winning this Darwin Award. Clown School. Can you juggle? No matter how many times I've tried, I always end up with more balls on the floor than there are in the air. Now, I've seen juggling masters that can yeet swords, fire sticks, even chainsaws up into the air with confidence. Worst comes to worst, they can only really risk hurting themselves. Me? I'll use little beanbags, balls, maybe even eggs if I'm feeling extra spicy. But you know what smart people, and even experts, won't touch? Grenades. I mean, juggling grenades, that's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. No one would be dumb enough to do that, right? Right? Let's rewind to 2001 and head over to Vidovik, Croatia, where a bunch of college students were having a big old party. One of them decided to try and impress his friends by juggling a few items, one of which was, you guessed it, a hand grenade. I'm honestly struggling to follow the logic here, but having pulled the pin, he proceeded to juggle with the live explosive. Now, grenades work via a chemical reaction, giving the thrower a few precious seconds to get out of range before it explodes. This guy, for whatever reason, didn't think this applied to him, and the grenade exploded as he was juggling it. The blast injured 6 equally dumb onlookers, but our Darwin Award winner was removed from the gene pool completely. Well, he might have been acting like a clown, but this guy ended up proving he was the entire circus. You know what you can do for kicks that's less dangerous than pulling the pin on a grenade for clout? Hitting those like and subscribe buttons. I promise, they won't explode. All done. Alright. What moronic move have we got next? Car wash Cretin.
Once you meet with a TurboTax expert who will do your taxes for you, you're free to do not taxes.
Chances are you've been through an automated car wash before, right? Okay, what's the first rule of using an automated car wash?
Stay inside the
It
car.
isn't record a TikTok. It's don't get out of the car. No, seriously, machinery in some of these places is incredibly powerful and can cause serious injuries or worse. Back in April 2022 in San Diego, a man drove into an automated car wash and then, without starting up the cycle, tried to get out of his vehicle while his car was still in gear. Apparently dragged by the vehicle, he ended up fatally pinned in between the left side of his car and the car wash machinery. But here's the thing, no one can explain why he decided to get out of the car. Was there a bee in there with him? Did he think the automated part of the wash meant he didn't need to be in his vehicle? Whatever it was, his car came out the other side of the washer, much messier than before. Pretty fly for a dead guy.
Oh no.
Back in November 2021, a student pilot from Houston, Texas was allowed by his instructor to fly solo in a Cessna's 172 light aircraft for the first time ever. Absolutely exhilarated by the experience, he went out and bought himself a brand new plane, a Piper PA-28-140. despite not having a full license yet. His instructor clearly told him that he still needed more tutorage before he'd be able to fly solo regularly, and even more so before he could fly his new plane. However, our student wasn't one for rules. It turns out there are quite a few things student pilots can't do. These include fly with a passenger in the aircraft, fly at night without endorsement from the instructor, fly when it's foggy with limited visibility, and fly a different model of aircraft than what's on their license and less specifically endorsed by their instructor. Can you guess how many of these rules the student broke? If you guessed all of them, go get yourself a cookie. Yep, one very foggy evening,
Yeah, I was
he
gonna say
decided
all of
to
the
take
above.
a friend of his up in his brand new aircraft without telling his instructor. Roughly 4 minutes after taking off, unable to see properly, the plane clipped some nearby treetops, crashing moments later. Neither the student nor passenger survived. Guess he wasn't as fly as he thought he was. All aboard the paint train. I love a good
But
mystery.
I like that one better.
Well, back on the 15th of December 2009,
Oh,
that's
9.
exactly what the staff of Germany's U2 subway were faced with. A subway driver was trundling along in his train car when suddenly he spotted the body of a man laying over the tracks. After getting over the shock, confusion set in. How had he gotten here? With the regularity of the trains, there was no way he could have hopped off a platform, run down the tracks, and made it as far as he did. Had he jumped off the back of a moving subway car? And if he had, then why? It didn't make any sense. Because there was no surveillance footage at the location, the police were stumped. But then they discovered that one of the cars on the subway train that had passed over the tracks before the driver discovered the body had a single smashed window. And suddenly it all made sense. This idiot had been alone in the subway car and decided, in all his brilliance, to swing from the handrail and smash one of the windows with his feet. After a couple of attempts, he succeeded, and then was promptly pulled out of the moving train thanks to the suction created by the train moving at speed through the tunnel.
Yep.
Nice. Real smart move there. Well, if ever you needed a really good reason not to damage public property, here it is. Killer pain. There are people out there who will do just about anything to get their hands on a couple of potent pills, if you know what I mean. And I mean anything. Case in point, back in 2009, a Minnesota man figured that he could get his hands on some narcotic pain medication for free if he staged an accident.
So he said 2009.
Safe to say this guy wasn't the brightest bulb in the box. Nevertheless, he figured if he jumped out of a moving car, the injuries he sustained would ensure the doctors would have to give him the pain meds he craved. So our mastermind revved up his car, started driving, and then jumped out of the moving vehicle. There was just one hitch in his plan. It's hard to ask for pain meds when you're dead. Yep, the injuries he sustained from this stupid plot were so severe, he perished at the scene. Well, I haven't got any pain meds on me, but I do have the next best thing. Here you go, my guy. You can have this Darwin Award instead. Fireworks. Lunar New Year's in Kuala Lumpur is really something to behold. The fireworks set against the glittering lights of the city make for a magical night. The thing is, most types of fireworks are actually banned in Malaysia because of the flammable substances they contain. This means most fireworks displays are done illegally, and a lot of the locals don't know how they work, or how to use the industrial scale ones they can illicitly get their hands on. It was for exactly this reason that our next Darwin Award winner joined our ever-growing list. On 2005's Lunar New Year, a man was watching people set off industrial-scale fireworks that shot more than 150 feet into the air outside a club in suburban Kuala Lumpur. Curious, the man decided to get a better look at these powerful fireworks and bent face first over one of the launching tubes they were shooting out of. He was peering down the tube when one came screeching out into his face, sending him flying 30 feet backwards and giving him a few fatal head injuries. Now that's what you call a celebratory send-off. Need a lift? There's nothing wrong with going above and beyond for your job, but sometimes you have to watch just how far you go, as one janitor back in 1999 discovered. He was cleaning his building's elevator one day when he noticed something dripping from the ceiling. So eager to do a good job, he rode the second elevator up the shaft, climbed out a hidden service door, and stepped onto the roof of the first elevator. He began mopping up the puddle when all of a sudden, the elevator jolted. In his rush to get to the leak, he'd forgotten to immobilize the first elevator. Unable to do anything, the first elevator rose to the very top of the shaft, crushing him at the top. I don't envy the next janitor that had to clean up that mess. Saw that coming. Copper theft is a huge problem all over the world. Because of its ability to conduct electricity, it's become an incredibly sought-after building material, especially in the last few years.
That's
From
right.
January 2020 to May 2021, copper prices in the UK soared by an average of 74%, increasing from around £6,100 to about £10,750 per ton. This hasn't gone unnoticed by thieves, who have taken to stripping construction sites, buildings, even railways of the valuable material however they can. But not all these thieves work with Mission Impossible levels of precision during their raids, as one Scottish man proved back in 2001.
I'm gonna use flex pipes.
Merchant viewers, welcome.
That's what I'm gonna use for buildings. Flex pipes.
The electric trains running across Glasgow collect power from an overhead cable. Any excess electricity is transmitted through a solid copper cable lining the rails, which is then routed to a distribution box. Our man, who appeared to have a good knowledge of these electrical systems, planned to saw this cable up in the time between the trains passing when no electricity was traveling through it. Pretty well thought out, and he might have gotten away with it as well, were it not for one small, tiny, insignificant issue. The timetable he'd based his brilliant plan on was out of date. As he was sawing, the train began approaching 10 minutes before he'd expected it to. Thousands of volts of electricity suddenly jolted through his body, charring him to a crisp. Let some would-be thieves out there take this as a sign. A pretty shocking one at that. Cop shot. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at breaking down stories and explaining things so that everyone can understand them. This is something that back in 1993, a police officer in Illinois reportedly attempted to do, but it ended the worst way just about anything can. Another officer from their precinct had accidentally discharged their firearm into their stomach, unintentionally ending themselves the week before. In trying to explain how that was possible to his fellow officer, our cop in question decided to reenact the scenario. The Darwin Award winner pulled out his gun, aimed it at his stomach, and pulled the trigger. The only issue was that he forgot there was a bullet in the chamber, and he didn't have the safety on. Apparently he didn't survive. Hopefully no one in the precinct thought to reenact this reenactment. Shoot your shot. Florida. Any American worth their salt knows that the citizens of this state are, without a doubt, some of the weirdest in the entire country. From organizing mass Facebook events to shoot down hurricanes, to painting political messages on crabs, their bizarreness knows no bounds. Seriously, if it's a dumb idea, someone in Florida has probably tried it. Which is what brings us to our next entrant. Back in April 2022, 3 bored teenagers decided to cook up some fun by using some body armor and, in true American style, a handgun. It's not clear where they got the gun, but the teenagers took turns wearing the body armor and shooting each other, recording the whole thing and uploading it to Snapchat. I think we can all see where this is going. Yep, one of them donned the armor and laid himself out like a human target, but the other teen's aim was ever so slightly off, hitting him fatally in a part of his chest that wasn't covered by the vest. Panicked, the 2 remaining teenagers called an ambulance and reported the shooting. But then, in an even dumber move, they tried to delete the videos from their Snapchat and lied about what had happened. It didn't take long for an IT specialist to find the video, which made the entire situation look even worse than it already was. Hey kids, top tip here. If you're bored, go play a video game. Don't shoot your friends for Snapchat clout and then dig your own grave by lying about it. Considering these 2 are being tried as adults and could end up spending the rest of their lives behind bars, I'm going to give them 2 honorary Darwin Awards also. Nice one, boys. Doing Florida proud. MacBook mistake. While I dragged those previous trigger-happy morons over the coals for their dumb gun safety behavior, their stupidity is nothing compared to another bullet-related Darwin Award. Back in March 2022, a Russian soldier in an active Ukrainian war zone came across an abandoned MacBook. Now, he wanted the MacBook, but he didn't have anywhere on his person to store it. No problem, he thought. I'll just remove the ballistic breastplate of my body armor and put the MacBook in there. Now, for those who don't know, MacBooks can't stop bullets. You know what can? A specially designed ballistic breastplate. But hey, it wasn't like he was going to get shot in, oh, I don't know, the active war zone he was in the middle of. Safe to say this stupid soldier didn't make it out of Ukraine alive. When Ukrainian soldiers eventually retrieved his body, they not only found the MacBook, but they also apparently found a stolen iPad as well. From the moronic logic this guy was employing, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to use the tablet as a helmet. Fire ants. When police arrived at the scene in Rome, New York back in 2001, they struggled to understand what they were seeing. A woman's body was on fire in the grassy area adjacent to her home, and while there was a lighter and melted gas can discovered nearby, there was no immediate sign of foul play. Despite investigating the incident for months, the police turned up nothing and eventually came to the only logical explanation available. This woman had been smoking a cigarette and, according to her neighbors, indulging in her habit of dousing anthills in her yard with gasoline. While she was holding the gas can, an ember from the cigarette fell into the gasoline stream, which quickly ignited and traveled up the stream, bursting the can and immolating the woman in an instant. Guess that makes it Ants 1, Karen 0. Superhuman stupidity. How strong do you think you are? Are you down at the gym every day pumping iron? Or does your body look like it's been made out of toothpicks? Whatever it is, I think we can all agree there are very few people on Earth that possess the raw strength needed to stop a car in its tracks. With an average car weighing in at a little over 4,000 pounds, you'd need superhuman strength to go toe-to-toe with any metal beast. But that thought didn't come across one man's mind back in 2001. Apparently, having parked his car at the edge of a reservoir in Fresno, California, he got out only to watch as his car slowly rolled forward towards the water's edge.
Don't tell me.
Now, the logical thing here would be to jump into the car and put it in park, right?
Right.
Well, this guy had another idea. He leapt in front of the car as it rolled forwards, assuming he'd be strong enough to act as some sort of immovable object. But he thought a bit too much of himself, and the car just rolled over him, hitting him beneath the water, and he didn't survive. But his story does serve as a reminder that man cannot win a fight against a moving car, no matter how strong he thinks he is.
All right.
Jet fueled.
All right.
That was crazy.
There's some crazy ways how you can check out to go see Jesus.
Just stupid. It's common sense. Use your head. It's like they don't have a brain.
Well,
what?
Well, the way society is made up.
We don't have a common sense in America no. This man was trying to be like He-Man. He trying to push the car back. If he could have he should have gotten the car as fast as he could and put the car in park. Nah, he went around and tried to push it.
Yeah, Superman on repeat.
Man, I agree with the brother, man. I agree with him. You know, this idiots, stupidity, especially with the kids. Especially with the kids, man.
The bulletproof.
Yeah, bulletproof.
Then on top of that, you put it on Snapchat, and the videos disappears like a snowflake anyway, like within a minute.
Lord have mercy. It's like they was dropped on their head or something, bro. This man literally got out the car.
Like, wait, no. That car said, that car smacked you into the water. And because of that weight of the water, you can't get up.
Man, it's just people not thinking no more. Man, what really got me was the dude was juggling with a grenade. And it blew up in his face, bro.
He pulled a pin.
Yup.
He said da. That
was crazy.
Oh man.
I'm like, are you serious? Then the lady, she had gasoline. And she was smoking a cigarette.
And on top of that, you pour gasoline into the fire ant.
Yeah, the anthill.
Anthill.
Killed the ants and herself.
Well, the ants could get out. There's a possibility the ants could get out. They could just jump in the grass.
That didn't make no freaking sense at all, man. Then, what really got me was the two dumb police officers.
Oh, they wanted.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have. Listen, they forgot it was a bullet in the chamber,
Yeah.
and they didn't put the safety on.
Right. And they shot themselves in the stomach.
Yeah, I think the second one is the donkey of the day, man. That was just dumb. How you didn't know you didn't have the bullet in the chamber? Like, how you didn't know that? And you didn't put the safety on.
I think the other one was when the guy went to the car wash. Yeah, he jumped out of the car and then he got stuck. Got pinned in there.
Now that was weird. That was weird. I'm like, why did he get out the car?
Yeah, that's why the guy that was talking. He was like, "Why would you get out there? Was there a bee in the car?
Yeah, that was
like, did you need to get some fresh air? Or?
Yeah, that didn't make no sense. Yeah, I'm like, and what really got me was the airplane situation. The
the guy that didn't know how to fly a plane.
Yeah, I mean he knew, but they said that he
didn't have enough training.
Yeah, to get his license.
Yeah.
So they recommend he still have somebody with him.
Yeah, but he brought a friend with him.
Yeah.
But not only did he put himself in jeopardy, he put his friend in jeopardy, and they both got killed.
Yeah, and he didn't let nobody know that he left.
See?
Yeah. So he said that it was like very cloudy and he couldn't see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he went and he hit a tree and blew up.
Mm-hmm. It took both of the wings off.
Nope.
Chicken wings.
Yeah. So use common sense. Think before you act.
Yeah.
You know, always follow the rules, especially if you don't know.
Yeah.
Stop pretending like you know everything. Okay. You know, think, analyze, then execute. Okay, and use common sense. You know.
Yep.
That's like, come on, like that's unacceptable, man.
You gotta think. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, especially the man that was juggling the grenade, bro. That don't make no sense. He took the pin off. Boom. Like, I mean, these people acting like they was born yesterday. They watch military movies?
Obviously not.
That didn't make no sense, man. Yeah, and I guess the pilot was trying to be like Top Gun, trying to be like Tom Cruise. No.
This had to be before Top Cruise.
Well, yeah. Other than that, man, I just wish people just use their head, man. Think before they do something crazy. You know, follow the rules. You know, listen to your parents.
You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, those two kids, they in jail now. They've been charged as an adults. Yeah, they killed their friend.
Yep.
Because they didn't listen to their parents. Now, you know, so.
But you can't tell me what the.
Now the question is, where did they get the gun and the bulletproof vest? That's the question.
Yep, that is a good question. That's a question.
Yeah,
that's a question.
Yeah, where did they get the gun and where did they get the vest?
9 times out of 10, somebody's father has the gun, or they could be a cop, which makes it a lot worse.
I would think
lot worse.
No, come on. Now, I know that, like, they probably stole it. I would say they stole it.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, because come on now, why would a cop would give children a
They
gun?
stole it from the father.
That's what I'm saying.
They knew that the father had it, and he hid it someplace where he could not, so the kids couldn't see it.
Yeah.
He had it like for protection.
Yeah.
In the house.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the cop have common sense. He wouldn't give that stuff to the kids.
Yeah.
So
and the kids wanted to do stupid stuff.
So they stole it. To answer our question.
Yeah, they stole it.
They stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, that's all I gotta say, brother.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, we've seen just about enough. Yep. Make sure you like, subscribe down below. Leave a comment if you liked it, and give us some more ideas and what are your thoughts on this channel. We're gonna see you next time. All right.
Peace.
All right.